What do you think?
I like that.
Me too. This is a good one.
Really
and I like
cute.
the blue one.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, let's try them on.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Okay, okay.
Women trying on bathing suits will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you the following episode of Almost Live.
Thank you so much. Yes, oh, it's so nice. It was a real nice week in Seattle. Very nice. Good weather. Although, actually, it just started raining now. I just was looking out there. It is raining again, so it's time to stop playing sports, get back into the malls, just sort of get back under cover, which is what people are doing. I don't really go to the malls much. Basically, I'm a terrible shopper, like most guys. I just want to get out of the store as fast as possible. I'm just one of those kind of guys. You go in, grab stuff, buy it, go home, and then you see what you got. You know, I hate that sort of like, just get edgy, in stores. That's the way men are. That's the way men are. Although I've read this week that there's a new book out about shopping in Seattle. Some of you might have seen this. It's supposed to make you a savvy Seattle shopper. It gives you tips about all sorts of ways to get stuff for less money around here. Put stuff in your pockets when no one's looking or something. It's being savvy, officer. Savvy one. Book him on Savvy one. Anyway, actually, it has legal money-saving tips, which this is another thing, actually, that I am terrible with, is money. I'm skeptical about all those money-saving tips. Like all that commercials always saying, cars cost less in Puyallup. Fine, but is it really worth it? To go, I don't know. Is it worth it to go there? I don't know. Basically, I guess what it comes down to is I don't want to be one of those people who has the big pallets of generic stuff in the basement and use, the Food Saver and the Flowbee, with that. Though actually, to be honest, the one thing I will not spend a lot of money on is a haircut. I mean, come on. It's like, what is that? Same price for everyone at Supercuts, me and everyone. It doesn't make sense. And when I do, the thing is though, when I do try to be responsible about money, I don't get good reinforcement. Like a few months ago, I used a coupon at a store, and the checker, has to tell everybody about it. Hey, Keister's saving a quarter on Cheerios. You must pay him real good at King. So, I'm not an expert shopper, but the Almost Live staff is. They're full of them, expert shoppers. And I showed them the Seattle Savvy shopping guide, and what they told me is that they missed a lot of good tips, so I wanted to pass them along to you. For example, did you know that Husky football tickets are 3 for 1 for the next 2 years? Absolutely, yeah. Real cheap. That's really cheap. Some good deals there. Ace may be the place with the helpful hardware man, but at Capitol Hill Hardware, he's not only helpful, he'll come home and make dinner for you. Also, best place to rent clothes for free, Nordstrom's. So, fine Persian rugs are for $39.99 from a van parked off Pacific Highway South near Federal Way. Get some good deals there. There's 2 for 1 body piercing specials on First Avenue almost every day. And finally, Sonic stuff is 90% off almost every store. Every store in the state. So those are the tips. But the thing is, if you ask me, the most important thing is customer service. Close attention to every customer the way they do it at this place.
And there you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. Hi.
Hi, I'm thinking of renting this Frankenstein movie.
Frankenstein? This is great. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive. Oh, you're going to love that. That's a great film. Enjoy it. Hi, what you looking at there?
I'm thinking of renting The Fugitive.
Rocky, I don't know if I've seen this one. Yeah, I've seen that one.
May I help you?
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about this movie, The Vanishing?
Yeah, that's good. You're going to like that. Hey, here's another good one. Seen this? Weekend at Bernie's?
No. What's that about?
Oh, Free Willy.
Hey, boss, we got a can opener? Somebody wanted to know about The Exorcist, and so I thought I'd open this baby up, you know, and...
Larry, we like your enthusiasm, but you're a little too disruptive for up front. We were wondering if you could work in the back department.
Work in the back?
Yeah, in the back there.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Larry.
Hi, want to know something about that movie?
All right, stay with us. We've got a great show. We'll be right back.
The following program is intended to help bolster the self-esteem of guys who've had a difficult time getting on with their lives after the breakup of a long-term relationship. The men on this show have offered to share their stories with you today in this caring and safe environment.
Welcome to Losers, the only game show where losers win. Now, here's your host, Cliff Clifford.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Losers, the only game show where losers win. Let's get things underway and meet today's losers. We've got a sports bar idiot, a boring nice guy, and a scary stalker guy. So, sorry, those were my producer's notes. Let's once again welcome our contestants. Bob. Hi, Bob. Nice to have you here on Loser. Stan. Nice to have you here. And Trent. Nice to have you here. Trent. Okay. Now, you all recently ended a long-term relationship, and we're going to ask you questions about it, and we're going to give you the chance to earn loser points. And the thing is, you get more points for the farther your story strays from reality, all right? Now, question one. What is your ex-girlfriend doing now, Bob?
I don't know, probably not much of anything, I guess. You know, one of my friends from the softball team saw her last week, and she wasn't looking too good, so she's probably waitressing somewhere. She's probably moved back in with her parents.
Actually, Bob, she's dropped 20 pounds. She's just been named marketing director for Microsoft, and guess what? She's the new jockey underwear billboard woman. You get 10 big loser points.
Thanks, Cliff.
Okay, sure. All right, now, Stan, what's your ex doing now?
I think she's just kind of traveling around. You know, she was pretty heartbroken when I broke up with her.
Well, yes, Stan, she is traveling, as a matter of fact, with her new boyfriend, the bass player from Soundgarden. I think we have a postcard from her here from Barbados. It says that she has finally opened up sexually, and her life has been transformed into a wonderful adventure.
Thanks, Cliff.
Sure, buddy. That's good for 10 big points for you there, Cliff. All right, now, Trent. Hey, buddy. What is your ex doing now, Trent?
Right about now, she probably walked down the front steps of her building to the bus stop. The bus ride's going to take 47 minutes. She's going to sit in the third row.
That's right, Trent. But you know what, buddy? That's a little too close. You're scaring me, man. I'm giving you double points. All right. Question number two is, how are you doing since the breakup? Bob?
I'm doing great. I'm playing on a softball team, hanging out with friends at some of the local night spots. I'm checking out the babes. They're checking me out. I'm doing great.
Okay, Bob. I now present a tape from your ex-girlfriend's answering machine. Let's listen.
Hello, Carol. It's me again. Carol, please. Please call me back.
Oh, that's great, Bob. That's worth 10 more points for you, Bob. Now, Stan, how are you doing these days, Stan?
I was a little upset at first, but you know what? I am getting on with my life.
Okay, Stan, I present you a videotape from the security camera at your ex-girlfriend's apartment building. Let's take a look.
Come on, let me in! Oh, God, let me in! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry.
10 big ones for Stan. All right. Good. Now, Trent, buddy, how you doing?
I'm great. In fact, we're closer than ever. I think she's reaching out to me.
Yes, she is, Trent, with this restraining order. And restraining orders are worth a special 30 bonus points. All right, now listen. All of you are real close to the loser-winners circle, and you can tip the balance with a good answer to this question. Question number 3. Who are you going to date next, and what does your future look like? Bob?
I got a couple things lined up already. Katie, this girl I work with, is totally hot. And there's this babe I met at the Thunderbirds game who really likes me. So, I think I'm in good shape.
That's a good one, Bob. That's a good one. Stan, what's next in your future?
I'm really not interested in dating right now. I don't want to see myself getting involved with somebody who gets too serious about me. I need to take it slow and easy.
Okay, that's great. Trent, where are you going to be in the future?
I'm going to be dating either Heather Locklear or Meg Ryan.
All right. Congratulations. You guys are all loser winners. Now, right after the show, you're going to receive a gift that was specially selected just for you. Now, Bob, you're going to get a brown 1982 Camaro Berlinetta with a bumper sticker that says, "Divers do it deeper." All right. Stan, we're going to hook you up to America Online and let you type away all night on the loser bulletin board. And Trent, buddy, you're going to get all the Prozac you can carry and a bail bond, all right? Great. Well, that's it for tonight. Join us next week for Super Losers, when our guests will be Tom Arnold, Emilio Estevez, and that guy who was married to Drew Barrymore for like a second.
Darling, I'm feeling a little frisky. You want to get romantic?
Well, honey, I would, but I am so tired of our old birth control routine.
Not anymore. I've got silly diaphragm.
Bored with your love life? Get Silly Diaphragm. Toss it. Spin it. Roll it. Squeeze it. You'll giggle for hours just trying to hold on to that darn thing. There's no end to the fun. And you can't get pregnant. You'll be too worn out for sex.
That was great. Was it good for you?
Best time I've had in years.
Silly Diaphragm. The most fun you can have with your clothes on. New from Whammo Bammo, thank you, Mammo. Jolly Jelly sold separately.
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Kevin Eastman of North Carolina Wilmington was named this week as the new basketball coach for WSU. Upon hearing that his position was confirmed, Eastman fell to the ground, grabbed his knee, and shouted, "Why me? Why me?" The ACT Theater Group announced that it will be soon taking over and remodeling the old Eagles Auditorium. They say the hardest part will be getting rid of the rock group Three Dog Night, who have been waiting backstage since 1976 to be called back for an encore. Pearl Jam is featured on the NBA Superstars 3 video. The highlight of the video comes at the end when Pearl Jam beats the Sonics in overtime. In other Sonic news, the Ackerley family and the Seattle Supersonics placed full-page ads in both the PI and the Times on Tuesday, thanking fans for their support. Unfortunately, no one saw the papers as both editions were blacked out in the greater Seattle area. And in a related story, Kathy Carl, the wife of Sonic's coach George Carl, said in her newspaper column that she had a bad feeling before Game 5's loss to Denver. But at the time, she just figured it was from accidentally seeing Steve Scheffler naked in the locker room. A $10 million renovation of Rainier Square will begin soon. According to the contractor, the main renovation will be filling in that bottom part before the whole damn building falls over. Nike announced this week that it suffered its first decline in sales since 1987. When asked what might have caused the decline, the company spokesperson said, "It's the shoes. It's got to be the shoes." A tribute to 1928, the year that they built the Paramount, was held last night at the Paramount Theater. It was also a tribute to some of the women from that first 1928 show who are still waiting in line to use the Paramount bathroom. Finally, on Monday, KSTW added Inga Hammond as their new anchor to their new 10 o'clock news team. To make her feel welcome, her co-anchors said that from now on, he will be known as Sven Porter. This has been the John Report. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hi there. I'm Ed Wyatt, one of the writers here on Almost Live, and I've been with the show now for 5 or 6 years, I guess. And, you know, that's a long time. I mean, that's longer than Bob. It's longer than either Tracy or Nancy as well. In fact, you could probably call me the senior member of the writing staff. You know, I think that'd be fair. And you know, most of the time I like my job here, but tonight, watching the John Report, well, I'm a little upset. And I think you have a right to know why. I owe that to you. So, here's the deal. You know, it's about the John Report. You see, it's called the John Report because John's the host of the show and he gets to read the jokes. But the writing staff really writes them, okay? So last night I went home and I wrote 12 jokes. Friday night, everybody else is out having fun. I'm sitting at home, typing away and writing jokes. So, how many of these jokes do you think made it into the John Report? None. Zero. Goose egg, nada. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying my jokes were all great, but they were certainly better than that Nike joke. And what was with the Three Dog Night joke? We're doing Three Dog Night jokes now. Wow. That's cutting-edge comedy. So, anyway, I got my 12 jokes right here, and I want to read one. And I want you to be the judge. If, after hearing my joke, you think the John Report was fine and my joke just isn't that great, well, that's great. I can live with that. It's fine. But if you think my joke was at least as good as that Nike joke, or any other joke for that matter, then I think you ought to let John and everybody else know by, you know, applauding or cheering maybe. And if you want to stand and wave and scream, well, that's fine. So, okay, here we go. Here's my joke. The University of Oregon received its largest private donation ever, $10 million. The administration says the money is earmarked for the School of Business, but they might take some of it and buy a whole bunch of Grateful Dead tickets. Thank you. We'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello. I'm here to issue a consumer's warning about a personal fitness video called Buns of Steel. Maybe you've seen it advertised on television and wondered, does it work? Hell yes, it works. First of all, we're not talking about stainless steel here, so there are unbelievable rust problems. Oh, they don't tell you about that. And you might as well just forget about airline travel ever again. You're never getting your butt through security. I've been hit by lightning 4 times today. And you know how your fillings sometimes ache when you chew on aluminum foil? You try accidentally sitting down on a gum wrapper like this, and you'll never be able to go to the beach again. Every geek with a metal detector will be all over you. Scuba diving? Forget it. They'd never find you again. Skydiving? You might be the last one out of the plane, but you'll be the first one down. And in the unlikely event that you're ever invited to a party again, avoid the kitchen.
so you don't pass just a little too close to the refrigerator door. My advice, be happy with your buns just the way they are. They're nature's own cushion. So whether yours is like a firm pillow or a squishy beanbag chair, be happy with it. Leave it alone. Your butt is your friend. Make it an ally, not an alloy. Thank you.
Just about out of time for this week's show, but before we go, we want to thank those of you who have written in inviting us to your prom. And as we announced a few weeks ago, we want to go to a prom this year, but some of the schools that have invited us are they're kind of weird and geeky, and we're hoping that if we wait long enough that maybe a really cute school will ask us out. So write to us at Almost Live Prom Invitation right there. There's the address, and that's it for this week. And next week we hope you'll join us because we think, if we can get him, that our special guest will be Bill Nye the Science Guy. We think. If we can get him. I don't know. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.